Good morning, everyone. It's Sal Warner. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. How is everyone feeling today? It is Monday morning. What are you doing today? Are you working today? What's going on, guys? It's another week of production, of positivity. In regards to Man United, it's another match week, of course. We've got a game, literally 48 hours less coming up soon. And I'll be doing a preview of that later on today. But today is all things Manchester United on this Monday morning, this great Monday morning. It's good to see you. It's good to have you on board. Guys, before I start, please could you kindly subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video. That'd be absolutely fantastic. The weekend is over. We won the game. We move on to the next game against Barnsley. That's what it's all about now. Just like watching Brazil. If you know about Brazil and Barnsley. If you know the story about Barnsley and just like watching Brazil, then you know. Guys, before I start, please smash a like and subscribe to the video if you're new, to the channel if you're new. That'd be absolutely fantastic if you guys can do that. Good morning, everyone. How you all doing? Sniper Man, good morning. How you doing? Messages came from earlier. Pick up yourself, Sniper Man. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. United. That's what it's all about, guys. Big up Casimir. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone is doing fine and dandy. Absolutely. Now, let's get straight into it and delve straight into the news, which is Ineos plan to invest more in Manchester United come January. News is that Ineos still have the funds available to them that they recouped from the transfers this season, this summer. Basically, Man United obviously sold a number of players, and Manchester United still have these funds to reinvest in the team. They still have the credit to reinvest in the team. And there is a small credit available for Erik ten Hag this January. Now, that leads me on to Erik ten Hag and who he wants to sign. Erik ten Hag has openly said that he would like a left back in there ASAP. He said it will really help his squad in regards to going forward. And that left back is up in the air. There are a number of targets who we could be signing in regards to left back. There was Anthony Robinson, of course, who was linked with Manchester United, of course, earlier this window. But Manchester United are desperate for a left back, and Erik ten Hag has openly said that he would love a left back at Manchester United come January. Hopefully, we do get Luke Shaw back. Hopefully, we do get Amas getting some minutes, of course, against Barnsley tomorrow. I really hope he does. But Ten Hag has said that his priority this summer or this window, next winter in January, that he wants a left back. So that is good news. And Ineos have said that they have credit to supply Erik ten Hag with this left back, of course, which is fantastic news in regards to Man United. Look like they may be doing business in January. Now, we all know that Christopher Vivell is staying at Manchester United this January, and that obviously caused a lot of rumours in regards to Erik ten Hag. Many people were saying, oh, that means that Erik ten Hag is going to be going. To the contrary, that means that Man United are looking to bring in more players to support Erik ten Hag, which is fantastic news, of course, guys. Good morning, all. Good morning, fellow Reds. How are you? Yeah, there I am. Hope you're doing well, Brian. Thank you so much for joining me. You legend, absolute legend. Thank you so much, of course, guys, for being here today. Thank you so much, Brian. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. Sal, got a haircut, looking good. Thank you so much, man. I had to have a haircut at the end of the day. It weren't quite the haircut that Sniper Man wanted, because obviously at the weekend, Sniper Man wanted me to cut my hair off. He wanted Man United to lose, didn't he? He wanted me to cut my hair off. So big up on the trim, on the close shave, of course, guys. Big up. Has to be done sometimes. Thank you, Kazi. Nice to get a compliment this Monday morning, isn't it? Thank you very much, my friend. Yes, so at the end of the day, lots to look forward to. It looks like Ineos will be investing in Man United this come January, which means that, is Ten Hag staying? It could be. Will it be under Ten Hag? Well, we're going to see by December, obviously. No, we're going to analyze the season in December. The game at the weekend, it showed me a lot. It showed me a lot, just not only in the result, but in the way we played. We did start very badly. In all honesty, we started the game poorly, but the way we bounced back was very impressive, in my opinion. After the penalty save from Onana, we went on and we performed very, very well at the end of the day. And that is something to look forward to. That's something to be positive about. at the end of the day. Now, I'm seeing, obviously, yesterday I was talking a lot about Jadon Sancho. I was talking a lot about so-called fans, talking about Jadon Sancho, talking about, bigging him up, celebrating, and the Bruno Fernandes comment on Instagram and stuff like that. I don't want to get into that right now, but everyone knows my feelings in regards to that. As Man United, we need to be ruthless and we need to be absolutely uncaring in regards to Premier League football. Uncaring. Don't worry about Sancho. Sancho, all of them. We're all about Manchester United at the end of the day. That is how it should be. Brian, Sal didn't have a haircut. He had his ears lowered. Thank you so much, Brian. It took me a long time to get these ears lowered, of course. It does take so. Well done. Can't get anything past you, Brian. Absolutely can't get anything past you. Definitely. Thank you so much, guys, for noticing anyway. It's very nice to have my haircut noticed and stuff like that. I had to have a haircut. I haven't had a haircut for since Italy. I was in Italy literally 2 months ago nearly. Goodness me. And the hairdresser in Italy, if you ever go to Napoli, if you ever go to Naples and get your hair cut in Italy, make sure you get insurance. Because at the end of the day, when they say move your head this way, they move your head that way. They basically want to break your neck in the process. Basically want to break your neck whilst they're trying to cut your hair. Do you know what? I told her I don't speak great Italian, but my wife told me, do you know what? That guy is literally manhandling your neck. I said he didn't like me, the way he was moving my neck back and forwards. He was like, left, push, right. Push. But luckily, I had it done in the UAE. Unfortunately, in the UAE, the haircuts are not as great and stuff, so I had to guide him through and stuff like that. Otherwise, I look like an absolute clown. But let's talk about Manchester United and let's get excited about this week, because this week we got two massive games. We got the game against Barnsley, which I will be doing a watch along tomorrow night. Of course, 11 p.m. kickoff here in the Middle East. And next Saturday, of course, we have Crystal Palace, which is the difficult game for us. For me, that is the most difficult game that we're going to face in the next 5 games is Crystal Palace away. And hopefully we can get the result against Crystal Palace and we move on from them. But as I said, in regards to Ineos are ready to dig into their credit this January to spend money on Erik ten Hag. We hope Erik ten Hag. They're ready to spend money on Manchester United. And Erik ten Hag has said that he would like a left back ASAP at Manchester United. Of course, that is good news. And this is what I'm hearing. And hopefully the news will be breaking very soon. Brilliant, guys. Absolutely. 10 p.m. in Cyprus. Big up Cyprus. Must be lovely over there at the moment. Lovely. It is 10 a.m. here in the UAE, guys. 10:08 to be precise, of course, guys. To be precise, it's 10:08. Now, in regards to Old Trafford, the stadium, of course, our great coveted stadium, a stadium that has so much history. I was a kid when I first went to Old Trafford. I said, I want to take a picture next to the Munich clock. Old Trafford holds a very special place in my heart. But I'm going to say it like this. Old Trafford, the news about Old Trafford should be concluded by the end of this month. By the end of this month, we should have an answer in regards to what Man United are doing in regards to Old Trafford. We will have clarity on who will be funding the stadium. We have clarity on what the stadium could be named, which is important, of course, because we have to stick by what our legacy is. Our legacy at Old Trafford is very, very important to us. Who we are. Our identity is Old Trafford, and our history comes from Old Trafford. Right from the war to this day, we've always been at Old Trafford, of course. Apart from a small period, we played at Main Road, of course. Let's not forget. Brian, the game is 10 p.m. So, okay, no. So tomorrow the game is 10 p.m. 11 p.m. for me, my friend. 11 p.m. for me. It's going to be tomorrow. I'll be watching the Barnsley versus Man United game, of course. When was the last time we played Barnsley? Great to have Barnsley back. Playing Manchester United, of course, all those years ago, 1997, 98, of course. Ineos Arena, goodness me, Kazi, you're coming out with it today. Goodness me, no, I wouldn't like the Ineos Arena. I think it should be something to do with our identity. Busby Babes Arena, maybe, something like that. Do you know what I mean? New Trafford, something like that. But at the end of the day, what we have to understand is that, who's going to be investing in the stadium. It is rumored that what's his name? Jim Ratcliffe. Jim Ratcliffe will be putting his own money into the stadium, which is great news, of course. And obviously, he will be getting a funder as well to half fund the stadium. So an external company will also be have the naming rights to the stadium as well. So at the end of the day, the name is very, very important in regards to us, in regards to Man United and our stadium, of course, because that is our heritage. That is who we are, guys. Of course, that is who we are. And it's very, very important we get this right. We do get this right. But I'm very excited to learn about the news about January, that we could be bringing in a player. We could be signing another player. Ineos have credit for January, which is fantastic news, of course. And of course, that means that who would you bring in? Let's say, who would you bring in? Would you bring in a left back? Would you bring in another midfielder? Would you bring in another striker? For me, it's left back. I think we're missing a left back, definitely. Red Devils Arena, something like that, Kenny. Absolutely. It would be, you know what, something that identifies with us. Of course, something that is us. Of course, we can't. We have to move on from Old Trafford. Unfortunately, the Glazers have dragged us in the mud. They dragged Old Trafford in the mud. They haven't refurbished Old Trafford, of course. Old Trafford has been left to decay for years and years and years. So we need to change. And we need to move on with the times, sadly, as it is, because Old Trafford is obviously an iconic arena, a fantastic place to play football. And you know what? It's an old school stadium, you know, and it holds a lot of big place in our heart. But hopefully we're not moving too far away. Rumor is we're moving just up the road, and we're going to have Old Trafford as the women's stadium, and obviously the reserves and the under-21 stadium, of course, which will be great as well to support the women's team as well, and to support the youth coming through. We'll have a brand new stadium just for the academy, just for our youth team, which will be fantastic, and reserve team, of course, guys. So very, very excited about that, guys. Absolutely. Kazi, yes, left back from Fulham. Anthony Robinson is we're heavily linked with Anthony Robinson, of course. Left back, American international, of course. Very, very good player. I won't say no to him. You know what? We do need that left back. And you know, we played very, very well at the weekend. Although I was a little bit concerned about that left back position. I was concerned about that left back position because in the first half, we were getting a little bit exposed on that side, just like we did against Liverpool. And you know what? You know, Dalot is not his preferred position. It'd be great if we had a left back, plus we could play Dalot in his correct position, but also rotate with Mazraoui, of course. Mazraoui has been fantastic. So far, in my opinion, he's been the signing of the season, if I'm being totally honest. Mazraoui has been absolutely phenomenal so far. Very excited about Mazraoui. 12-odd million, for goodness sake. What a bargain that is. Absolutely grateful for that transfer, that we bought him in for that price. The only thing where I'm waiting upon is the injury news in regards to Licha Martinez and Mazraoui. And I'm waiting upon that. I'm hoping that it isn't too serious. We're all hoping that the injury news isn't too serious and that Mazraoui comes back swiftly. Licha comes back swiftly, of course, and De Ligt, of course, because they were all taken off at the weekend. Hopefully, it was just precautionary. I believe that the Licha one was just precautionary because he was tired, in my opinion. Good morning. Ciao. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you back. Long time no see, my friend. Good morning, Sal. Left back is a must needed, and we lost 313 million in 3 years. We could have points deduction for next season. We could have got. We'll be all right, my friend. Don't worry about that. We'll be absolutely fine, my friend. Absolutely great next season. Don't worry about the points deduction. We got a lot of things coming up, and we're going to be. But you know what? We're clever. Don't worry. We're not like that. Let's let them concentrate on Man City and their 1-1-5 or 1-3-0 charges, of course. Big up, Chow. How you doing, though? Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you back, my friend. Big up. Morning, people. Big up for Nactive 8. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining the stream. Please, guys, don't forget to subscribe and smash a like on the video. That'd be fantastic. You guys are absolutely brilliant supporting me today. Great to have you on board, of course. So, look. Everyone is saying a left back. A left back is a priority. I absolutely concur with that. I think it is crucial that we get a left back, especially as we're going to be playing in Europe, FA Cup, League Cup, of course. Now we got Barnsley tomorrow. I'll be doing my review for Barnsley later on today. I'll be looking at Barnsley. I'll be looking at Man United, what team I'll be selecting for the game against Barnsley. And there's some surprises in there. You're going to be very, very shocked when you see my lineup coming up later on today. I will show you my lineup. And some of you may agree with it. Some of you may not. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. But I've got it all prepared, guys. Absolutely. And guys, don't forget to become a member at www.youtube.com/StretfordPost. I've got membership videos coming up this week. I've got some great content coming up for the members, of course, as well. So great to have you on board, guys. Thank you, everyone who's become a member of Man United. But yeah, in regards to Old Trafford, as long as we keep our heritage, I am all for it. At the end of the day, we do need to move on from the old school, of course. because of the Glazers. Let's blame the Glazers. They're the ones who put us through the mud, of course. They're the ones who have destroyed Old Trafford and have destroyed this football club almost. What they've done is almost illegal, what they've done to this football club. Putting us in debt. That's what they've done. Of goodness sake. So at the end of the day, look, I'm excited about the projects, what's going on. Of course, we got the investment in the academy as well. Man United are a sleeping giant and things are going to wake up very, very, very soon. And a lot of this is the thing with this media in England. They are very scared about a return in Man United. They do not want Man United to return because they dug their heels in for years and years and years against us. And they don't want us to return. They don't want us to awake from our slumber, of course. I just want to see a rotation of the team. Kobe needs to rest. Absolutely, Chow. Absolutely. You'll be getting my team later on today. On my selection of the team. Yeah, it's very exciting, guys. Absolutely. I do think he does need a rest, though, Chow. Good up. Big up yourself, Chow. Afternoon from City. Big up, Trizzy. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you back, my mate. Sal, these injuries are killing us. What happened to Lamasi or Shaw left back? Masrui back to. Does Dalit have a dibs on the right back no matter what? Absolutely, Mazrui. At the end of the day, look, what I would like is rotation of the squad. What I'd like is a squad that is fit and healthy and a team that we can rotate, that we can rest because we are burning out some of those players. Unfortunately, we're burning out too many of our players. As Chow said earlier on, I'm a little bit concerned about Mainu. We're playing him too much. He, of course, has played in the European Championships as well. Hasn't had a rest, of course. We do need to give these players a rest and we do need to rotate very, very well. In regards to the game against Barnsley, I feel that's a perfect opportunity to do that tomorrow, of course. Later on today on Chatterbox, I'll be giving you my Man United versus Barnsley 11, which team I'll be picking and my prediction for the game, of course. Been a while since we played Barnsley, of course. Been a long time. Good to see them. Kazi, Ineos aren't falling for the media scrutiny. They are too clever for that. Absolutely, Kazi, which I like. Absolutely. This is what I've been impressed about Ineos so far, Kazi. I've been impressed by the way they've just swept the media under the carpet and they've totally ignored them. All the rumors, all the noises going around Man United over this last couple of weeks, of course. We had rumors about our players, of course. We had rumors about Rashford. Rashford has said he's being bullied, of course. And you know what? It is a bit of a vendetta against Ten Hag and our players at the moment. And it's important that us Man United fans stick together in regards to this. We have the media. We have the rival fans against us. We don't need ourselves against us as well, for goodness sake. Do you know what? We're still getting fan channels calling our manager bull fraud, peanut head and stuff like that. Even now, right now, when we just beaten Southampton 3-0. Do you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we got fans, so-called fans on fan channels supporting Sancho, for goodness sake, like he's the next Zinedine Zidane, for goodness sake, after he done one little move against Bournemouth, for crying out loud. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's important that us real fans, us fans that support Man United through thick and thin, stick together and keep it going, guys, because that is what's important about us fans of Man United is about sticking together and supporting the manager whilst we can and supporting the players whilst we can, guys. Because at the end of the day, we can critique. It's very important that we can critique. We can pick the bones out of a performance. We can say that this player didn't play well. Ten Hag got this wrong. Absolutely. As long as it doesn't go into the realms of abuse and insults. That's what I don't like at the end of the day. And in my opinion, I feel like we should be entitled to say what we want in regards to tactics, in regards to what we do wrong, what we do right, where we can improve in the future. But other rival fans, rival media, and so-called Man United, Sancho FC guys don't have a right to talk about our manager and our football club, because at the end of the day, they have no idea who we are at the end of the day. Kevin Valentin, good morning. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you on board. Welcome to Stretford Post and great to have you here, my friend. Does Martinez injured? I do not believe Martinez is injured. I feel like I heard he was feeling some tightness in his leg at the end of the day, but it shouldn't be too serious. Hopefully we'll get some clarification today in regards to Martinez and this injury. It's not too serious. He played on for a little while, but he was feeling a little bit stiffness in his leg, so he had to come off. Of course, he did travel a lot. He was playing for Argentina, of course, and he was traveling thousands of miles. That is probably the reason for that. He probably won't play against Barnsley tomorrow. Don't expect him to be playing, of course, because we do need to rest some players and we do need to get some players some fitness as well, especially in the centre-back positions and the midfield positions. We do need to get some fitness, of course, guys. But hopefully Martinez isn't too serious. Hopefully De Ligt isn't too serious, of course, who came off, of course, guys. So you know what? And Mazraoui, of course, because you know what? We need these players. We don't want a repeat of last season. Last season was absolutely a nightmare in regards to the injuries that we had, 60 odd injuries. All those centre-back partnership combinations, I think it was 40, 45 in total partnership combinations. It was absolutely crazy last season. And we do not want to go back to that. We don't want to go back to that this season, because at the end of the day, we started positively now. We got a win against Southampton. We are positive. And now let's bring on Crystal Palace on Saturday. But first, it's the matter of Barnsley in the Cup tomorrow. I don't think that De Ligt will play. I don't think that Martinez will play. And I don't think that Mazraoui will play against Barnsley. I think they will all be rested tomorrow. So you could see a number of other players coming in. I hope that some young players are coming in. I am picking the team on Chatterbox. I've got the team prepared. What I'm hearing should be the team. I will bring in some, of course, some young players, of course, and stuff. Let me know what you think about my team. Come Chatterbox later on, 2 p.m. UK time. I'll be live. 45 injuries last season, Sal. It was 60 altogether, my friend. 45 centre-back combinations. 45 centre-back combinations were changed last season. Absolutely madness at the end of the day, guys. So at the end of the day, look, you know, it is... It was a nightmare last season. It was crazy last season. And, you know, we had a lot of unluckiness going on last season, of course. De Ligt been good last game, and media have been trashing him, discussing. Absolutely, child. You know what? I was very, very pleased with De Ligt. I was very, very pleased that he shut a lot of those critics up. You know, he performed like prime Vidic on Saturday. I know I'm not going to compare him completely to Vidic, but he reminded me of that, the way he was playing, the way he commanded the area, the way he scored that goal, a headed goal. You know what I mean? From a set piece, it was a set piece. It started from a corner, of course. You know, for a headed goal, it was good to see. It was good to see that, you know, we're scoring from a set piece. We're moving on in regards to that. And you know what was most exciting about it is the Leacher and De Ligt partnership. It looked like a partnership that can be, you know, implemented for years and years and years to come. I feel like for 5 years we can have Leacher and De Ligt. Of course, we've got Euro to come back as well, so he can slot in there as well. So we got a lot of exciting things to come. We've got injuries, we've got players to come back, of course. So it is a positive thing, to be honest with you, in regards to defence, because obviously defence wins you titles, attack wins you games. Defence is where we have to get it right. And this is why it's so important that we do get a left back in there ASAP. We do get a left back at Man United very, very quickly, guys. It's very important because at the end of the day, we're imbalanced on that side, and teams are straight away going to attack that side. That is what the problem is. Hopefully tomorrow we'll see some young players. We'll see Harry Amas. We'll see things like that. A couple of players playing that, you know, could get some minutes and could get some vital experience, to be honest, guys. That's what I would say about that. Guys, do you know, look, what are your thoughts on so far, on the news so far in regards to Old Trafford? Would love to know your suggestions for the name of the stadium. Would love to know that. Of course, my name of the stadium should be, I feel like it should be something to do with our identity at the end of the day. Where do you think we should move? Well, apparently, we're only moving up the road, and Old Trafford will remain, and it's going to be decreased in size into a reserve stadium and a women's football team stadium, of course, which is great at the end of the day, because we have to concentrate on every part of Manchester United, including the women's team, including the youth team, including the reserve team, because success breeds success. And if we have a successful football club as a whole, it's only going to resonate to the men's team as well, and we're going to be successful, guys. Crystal Palace next Saturday is very, very crucial. I feel it's the hardest game that we're going to play in the next 10. Crystal Palace away, because I know that Spurs are good. I know that we're going to play Spurs at home. I just don't think it's going to be as difficult as Crystal Palace away, because Crystal Palace have our number. They had our number last season. Of course, we did have a number of injuries last season when we played Crystal Palace. We had a number of unfit players as well playing. So at the end of the day, look, you know, Crystal Palace is a very important game, but let's take it game by game. Barnsley tomorrow, just like watching Brazil. Barnsley tomorrow, guys. Can't wait for it. Looking forward to it. We'll be here for the watch along, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Maria. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream, you legend. Good morning, Sal, and everyone. Luke Shaw, latest. Absolutely nothing at the moment in regards to Luke Shaw, but we will be getting injury news to either today or tomorrow in regards to a number of players, including Mazraoui, including De Ligt, including Leacher, of course, as well. You know, we hope that we don't have any more injuries. We hope that Luke Shaw comes back. For goodness sake, Luke Shaw, for crying out loud, Luke Shaw, you need to play some football, mate. You missed about 60% of football since the injury you had back in 2014, for crying out loud. We should give Lindelof a run out of it, Barca. Yeah, I'm going to pick my team, Brian. Absolutely. I'm going to pick my team in regards to that. I'm going to be running through it on Chatterbox later on at 2 p.m. in regards to my team that I would pick for Barnsley game, of course. You know what? We haven't played Barnsley in a long time. Looking forward to playing them. It's been like, what is it, nearly 20 years since we played Barnsley. I think it was 97, 98. Chow, Shaw is done. He needs to agree with Saudi or MLS. You know what, Chow, as we said earlier in this summer window, mate, I think we spoke about this in regards to Shaw. Luke Shaw, I would give him this season. I'll see how it goes this season. If he doesn't play at least 60, 70% of our games, I will think about moving him on at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we're on a new structure. We're in a new era of Manchester United. We cannot accept any more injuries. We're not a hospital. We're not A&E, for goodness sake. We're a football club. Players like Luke Shaw, players like Phil Jones. I mean, is Luke Shaw becoming the new Phil Jones? Is Luke Shaw the new Phil Jones? Do you know what I mean? When are we going to start categorizing Mason Mount as the new Phil Jones? You know what I mean? We got too many Phil Joneses in our squad at the moment, and we need to get rid of these type of players who are injury prone. We don't need this because we need players who are going to play in, week out. Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone knows it on my Twitter, everything, that I'm a big fan of Luke Shaw. I think when Luke Shaw is fit and ready, when is a big question, of course, he's one of the best left backs in Europe. I personally believe. I do. I personally believe that. Richard, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Man United are better than Man United, Real Madrid currently. Man United going to win the EPL. Yeah, very good. Big up, Richard. Very optimistic, very overzealous. At the end of the day, if that did happen, my guy, then I'll be absolutely delighted, Richard. But thank you for the positivity. Really, really love it, of course. Luke Shaw is Phil Jones 2.0. Absolutely. This is what, you know what, it's beginning to remind me of that. And to be honest with you, we've had too many players like this over the recent years, of course. Too many Phil Jones type of players, of course, which is diabolical. We need to move on from these injuries and stuff like that, guys. Absolutely. I'm a big fan of Luke Shaw. Me too, Maria. I'm a massive fan of Luke Shaw. But at the end of the day, we have to know when to cut ties with him because, you know, we need a player who's going to be fit. We're paying him a wage. You know, we need a left back who's going to be fit. Otherwise, he needs to be replaced. And as I said at the top of the show, in regards to positions that we need, Erik ten Hag has openly said that he would like a left back in January. Now, who that is up in the air. There is rumors that we are interested in Anthony Robinson of Fulham, the American international, of course, which is a good player. And I wouldn't say no to that signing. 27, not quite young, but, you know, is at his peak and he would do a good job for us. How much Fulham would want for us is another story. Rumors is it might be a loan with an obligation to buy, which, you know what, we've heard a lot about loans with obligation to buy recently, haven't we? You charity is back. You going to watch it? UEFA Champions League? Yes, I'm going to watch it. I'm interested to see, Richard, in regards to the the new structure of the Champions League. Let's see how it goes, the league structure. Very disappointing Man United are not in the Champions League this season, soon as we're the English pioneers of the Champions League or European Cup, of course. It's very sad that we're not going to be in it this season, but hopefully next season we will be in it. Of course, Atalanta against Arsenal is coming up. Arsenal got that one. It's very interesting because I still don't know 100% the rules of this new tournament. Who goes into the Europa League? Do you remember before when teams came third in their group in the Champions League, they were moved down to the Europa League? Does that still occur? Does that still happen? I'm not too sure. I need to look at that up. But, you know, it's interesting to see this new structure, of course. Big up, Irfan. How you doing, my friend? Long time no see. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Hi, what is the news today? At the top of the show, just talking about Ineos and their master plan for January. They have credit for January to invest in the team in January. Whether that's with Ten Hag or not, it remains to be seen. But Ten Hag has openly said that the position he would prefer to improve is the left-back position, which I totally concur with. Of course, guys. Mount and Hoyd are injury prone as well. This is getting a little bit worrying, Brian. And we, you know what, I'm getting a little bit concerned about, you know, these injuries and stuff like that. Hopefully the Hoyland one isn't like a long-term thing. Of course, young players are always going to get injured. One thing about it, young players will always get injured. You know, Rasmus Højlund has been played to the ground. Of course, he played in the European Championships as well. So he's been played to the ground at a young age. He's been playing so much football. And this is my concern, of course, with Mason, with obviously Mainu as well, who's very young. And I don't want to burn these players out. So when we have a chance to rest these players, i.e. Barnsley tomorrow, We should rest these players, absolutely. In regards to Mason Mount, I had my concerns before we signed Mason Mount. I wasn't as big fan of the Mason Mount signing, of course. I was a little bit concerned about that signing. And at the moment, it's coming to fruition, isn't it? Richard, you going to watch Man City 115 stars today? Is it where can I watch it, mate? I'd love to watch it. I'll be watching it like an eagle if I can watch it, if I can pick it up. Of course, you know what I mean? It'd be like the Johnny Depp trial, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? And you know what? Who's Amber Heard? Manchester City. Manchester City will be the Amber Heard of this trial, you know what I mean, and being contradicted left, right, and center. Of course, bless out everyone. Good is everything, and God loves everyone. Respect, love, and togetherness. Big up, Richard. Love you, mate. Thank you so much for that. Very nice, very good positivity from you this lovely Monday morning. Of course, God bless you, my friend. Absolutely. Ciao. I like to see Angel Gomez back at United. You know what? It could happen. It could happen. He's on a free transfer in 2025. So you never know. We might bring him back. He's openly said in the media that he would like to come back to Man United. It's his ambition to come back to Man United. So do you know what? Excited about that, to be honest with you. You know, bringing him back would be great. But one thing I would say, and this is my concern, that we do need to buy another central midfielder, because it looks like Casemiro will be going at the end of the season. Of course, Eriksen will be going at the end of the season. I would bring in Ederson from Atalanta. I'm a very, very big fan of Ederson. Of course, guys. Do you like Harvey Barnes? Harvey Barnes, I haven't heard much from him lately. Former Leicester City player, isn't he? Still plays for Leicester. He plays for Newcastle now, of course, doesn't he? In regards to Harvey Barnes, haven't heard much of him. He's a good player. I don't think he's right for us at the moment. I don't think he's quite ready for Manchester United, of course. Harvey Barnes is a good player, though, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Get Ederson or Zubi. Absolutely. Yeah, Richard, you spoke my mind at the end of the day. We need that type of player, that number 8, stroke number 6, Zubi or Ederson would be fantastic. The only thing with Zubimendi is that he loves Real Sociedad. He loves the club, and it's going to be very, very hard to take him from the club. Of course, Arsenal, or was it Liverpool? Zubi-Dubi-Doo, where are you? Of course, they thought they captured Zubimendi, but it didn't work out for them. They didn't get him, and that was absolutely hilarious. Just as hilarious as them losing to Nottingham Forest at the weekend, which I was absolutely buzzing about, by the way, not going to lie, at the end of the day, and we can move on from there. In regards to the fan base and some of the fan base, what disappointed me this weekend and upset me this weekend is some of the fan base who were cheering on Jadon Sancho, who so-called Man United fans. That's the worst thing about supporting this club sometimes, is that we don't get the real fans. We get fair weather fans and fans that actually support other clubs over their own club at the end of the day, insulting our manager, calling him a bald fraud, calling him a peanut head, things like that. Fans like that, as I say, with quotation marks, very, very big quotation marks, of course, guys. So at the end of the day, no, I was delighted this weekend, and you know what, we move on from there. But in regards to Ederson and Zubi, they are my 2 selections. You said it in one, Richard. Absolutely, thank you. That is absolutely spot on. We need a Zubimendi. We need an Ederson type player. We can't rely on Angel Gomez at the end of the day. Angel Gomez, as people know, if you scroll back to my early videos back in 2020 times, you would see I was a big advocate of Angel Gomez. I was promoting him non-stop, and people thought I was obsessed with Angel Gomez, of course. Why isn't Old Trafford not a fortress and hostile anymore? Because of the way life is these days. These days, we don't have the sort of mentality that we had back in the 90s, in my opinion. And that is like full throttle, support for the team. Nowadays, we got social media. We got people who are too laid back. We got a lot of tourists at Old Trafford, of course, as well. So, you know what? It's lost its edge a little bit. Old Trafford is not intimidating. And this is what I was saying last week. I was talking about us being more scary. We need to be more scary. Back in the 90s, before the team reached the pitch, the opposition team, we used to win the game before we stepped onto the pitch. Before we even stepped on the pitch, teams would lose the game. They would look at Eric Cantona. They would look at Wayne Rooney and players such as that ilk, Cristiano Ronaldo. They'd look at players of that ilk and they would say, goodness me, how are we going to win this game at the end of the day? Old Trafford now is too commercialized. Hopefully, if we do build this new stadium, hopefully this new stadium concentrates on hostility in regards to the opposition. And that means having stand-up areas, having our own wall, just like Borussia Dortmund would be brilliant if we had our own wall there. You know, a bunch of fans, 50, 60 fans in one stand, guys. If we're building a 100,000 stadium, 50, 60,000 fans in one stand. Imagine that. with a big, massive flag, like massive. You know what I mean? It'd be absolutely brilliant, guys. Absolutely. Good morning, Shaw. Really need to leave him. He's done well for United. This last management of United. Good morning, Shaw. Really need to leave. Yeah, he needs to. I mean, the injury is very concerning for me. I'm a big fan of Luke Shaw, but his injury is very concerning for me. Of course, Sangeri, yes, plays for Nottingham Forest. Also played for PSV. When he was playing for PSV, I was a big fan of Sangeri. Fan, absolutely big, massive fan of Sangeri. I was saying that we need him. He's a beast in that midfield. We need a player like Sangeri. Unfortunately, it didn't materialise, and he ended up going to Nottingham Forest, I believe. So at the end of the day, I like the player. I think he's a brilliant player. I think we should bring him in. Those sort of players I like, because at the end of the day, look, you know, we need a defensive midfielder like that. And you know what? I liked him at PSV. Now he has Premier League experience. You know what? Why not? Good shout, fan. Why not? Because at the end of the day, if you look at my past streams, I've been talking about Sangeri a long time. And when he was at PSV, I've been talking about him. I'm surprised Erik ten Hag, you know, being a manager in Holland before, he didn't go after Sangeri, of course. Good morning, Ashik. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Christian Romero for United soon. Soon Magu next year. Are you talking about the Christian Romero who plays for Spurs? Are you talking about that one? Let me know. So we sell Magu next year. Absolutely. Yeah, rate the player. Absolutely. Do rate the player. Although Spurs are bottle FC. If you saw the game, Spurs only started playing after the last 10 minutes. Absolutely. They're playing against their rivals, for crying out loud. And Spurs basically handed it to them on the plate. Richard, do you think Man United will have the same batch of class 92 like Bart Neville, Beckham, Giggs, Scholes? The one thing I would say, Richard, about the class of 92 is that they came at a time when we had a lot of winners in our team. They were integrated into a team full of winners. Of course, I'm talking about Steve Bruce, Peter Schmeichel, Andy Cole, Eric Cantona, Ryan Giggs, of course, Roy Keane. You know, they were integrated to a team full of winners, a spine of winners. So to get that again is going to be very, very, very difficult, of course. We have to build it from scratch, of course, as we know. And let's not forget, Eric Cantona did nurture a lot of that class of 92. When Cantona was banned, of course, he did play in the reserve, and he did play a couple of games, and he did nurture those young players in the reserves, of course. So, you know what, we have a huge debt to pay to Eric Cantona in regards to that. And keep an eye out for my membership videos. I've got a very, very, very good video coming about Eric Cantona. One you will not want to miss, guys. Absolutely. Actually, big up Spurs. Spurs are absolute bottlers. At the end of the day, yep. Rio Richards, another midfielder to be considered. He is a Colombia international. I know what you mean, mate. I know you mean. That was the one that they put a 70-odd million price tag on him, wasn't it? I think his price has gone down now because the people have realised that transfer fee was absolutely ridiculous, of course, as we know, guys. As we know, obviously, 100%, guys. Irfan, Liverpool lost. What a match. Very funny. Absolutely delighted. Do you know what happened on the weekend? I saw the Twitter. I didn't go on Twitter much. I was a little bit busy, but I went on Twitter and I saw Liverpool in the mud. Liverpool in the mud. And I thought, wow, Liverpool must have drawn the game. Then I looked and they lost the bloody game. They lost the game, for crying out loud. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. They lost to Nottingham Forest at home 1-0. Now, let's see how Arne Slot reacts to that one then. Let's see. You see, the Premier League, it's not that easy, is it? You've had your little good start. Let's see how you bounce back from that, my guy. Personally, I think Liverpool are not going to do as well. I know they started well. Personally, I don't think they're going to do well this season. I don't. I think they're going to fall. You watched the boxing this week, Joshua Dubois? I did not watch the boxing. No, I did not watch it. Unfortunately, I did not watch it. Who won the fight? I didn't see it. Sorry, mate. I didn't see it. I'm in the Middle East at the moment, so I'm not catching up with the boxing and stuff. Did Joshua Dubois win the match? Let me know, guys. Nicola Barella, brilliant player, of course, for Italy. Absolutely brilliant. Another one. There's loads of players out there, and we can throw names out there all day long. But you know what? It's all about concentrating on our youth team as well. Let's not forget who we are. We're Manchester United. We concentrate on our youth team. We've got Collier, who's a highly talented young player that we're going to bring through. And hopefully we'll see Collier tomorrow. He is a very, very, we got talented player. We got Shea Lacey. We got Fletcher. Of course, those are very, very good players. And let's not forget, it is in our DNA to give young players a chance. We have to give these young players a chance at the end of the day. Because if we don't give them a chance, they will stagnate, as the great Sir Alex Ferguson once said. Of course, guys, absolutely. 55-year history dismantled in regards to who? In regards to who, my friend? I like Liverpool to lose again. Absolutely, they will. Don't worry about that. They're going to feel it this season. Man United need to be Rodri. Man United have got their own Rodri. We'll build our own Rodri. As Jim Ratcliffe said in that interview, we need to build our own Mbappe. We need to make our own Mbappe. We need to make our own legacy like we used to do. Do you know what I mean? And that includes giving young players a chance. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm happy with Ugarte, 23 years old, going to be a mainstay in our midfield for a very, very long time, we hope. Of course, we got De Ligt, who's still young. We got Licha, is still relatively young. We got Masruri, is relatively young. Of course, we bed them in with Ahmad. We got Garnacho. We got Xerxes. We got Rasmus. We got a very, very good young, proper players on the conveyor belt of young players coming through at Manchester United. Of course, we've also got some youth players coming through. We've got Shea Lacey. We've got Fletcher. Of course, Wheatley, of course, who deserves an opportunity as well. He's a beast at his age, And I look forward to seeing more of him as well as striker up front. So if we can integrate these young players mixed in with a few of the more experienced players, we have nothing but positivity and nothing but optimism in regards to the future of Man United, because that is what it's all about. It's about optimism. It's about positivity at the end of the day, guys. Big up, Kazi. Not in the Forest, last one against Liverpool. Oh, yeah, 55 years. That was it. Sorry, mate. I should have known that. I said it yesterday, didn't I? And then the 55 years of history went down the drain against Nottingham Forest. Of course, Nottingham Forest defeating Liverpool 1-0 at Anfield. You know what I mean? But did you see me going on there? Did you see me going on their streams? Did you see me bantering them? You know what I should have done, because I got that last time we lost to Liverpool. Sal, we also have Rooney's son, Kai. Looking forward to seeing Kai Rooney, of course. Absolutely, Darko. Looking forward to seeing him. But as I said, Darko, as I'm very strict in regards to this, right? We need to make sure those players are ready and they don't only play because they're father. I'm going to say it like this. We need to make sure those players are ready and they don't only play for their father. Because I take it back to the 90s, right? When we were bringing players through the youth academy, those players were called street footballers. They come from the street, right? We need more street footballers. We need more grit about us. We don't want any more Frank Lampard Juniors anymore. Do you know what I mean? Those type of players who are a little bit soft because their daddy was a footballer, so I get the best opportunity. Just like Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., he's not going to be like Cristiano Ronaldo because he didn't have the upbringing of what Cristiano Ronaldo was. Cristiano Ronaldo used to sweep the streets, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? We need more players like that who understand work ethic, who were not born on a silver spoon, in my opinion. Not saying that he won't make it, but I'm saying that he needs to be ready, and we shouldn't just integrate him into the squad just because he's Wayne Rooney's son, of course. Big up, everyone. Big up, Sal. Big up the chat. Big up, Darko, of course. Legend. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Kazi. Thank you, Darko. Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, look, we have to think about this logically. You know what? I'm not a big fan of people getting opportunities because their dad is something or their mum is something or you know what I mean? Or their brother is something. I'm a fan of opportunities given on merit. Now, at the end of the day, there's many players that deserve it. Shea Lacey deserves a chance in that Manchester United team. At the end of the day, there's players like that. But I don't want to see Wayne Rooney getting a chance just because daddy is a footballer. I don't want to see that. At the end of the day, I want to see them give, you know what I mean, earn the right to be for Manchester United, of course, guys. David Boy have stopped playing football. David Boy have stopped playing. Who's David Boy? Who's David Boy? Big up Bath Time. How you doing, my friend? I saw you on the stream yesterday. Forgotten which one it was. Trying to remember what the stream was, but I saw you yesterday, mate. Good morning, Bath Time. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing very, very well. I know who it is. It's a friend of mine. Red Talk TV, wasn't it? Good friend of mine. Been on their show years ago, back in literally 5 years ago, literally. Well, I think it was 4 years ago, literally. But big up, Bath Time. Good to have you back. Ranting about meritocracy. Why are you ranting about meritocracy? Mate, I'm ranting about who I feel like should be given a chance for Man United. And I feel like players should be earning their chance for Man United, which is absolutely spot on. They shouldn't be just given a chance because their dad is a footballer at the end of the day. That's how I would say it at the end of the day. If we want to have proper footballers, let's think about it. Do you know what I mean? Not great, you know what I mean? No, footballers don't always become great footballers because their dad is a great footballer in regards to. We don't want nepotism. It's a word used by Bollywood for children of Star Wars who easily gets films even if they're acting pathetic. Absolutely. We don't want nepotism. That is completely right, Darko. Absolutely agree with you on that. And that's the word for it. Is it about Geordie? No, Geordie's one of them. Geordie Cruyff, I actually rated Geordie Cruyff Bath Time. I actually rated him. to be honest with you. I thought Jordi Cruyff was a quality player, but he was burdened by his father, like in regards to his father had such a huge legacy and his father was an elite player that, you know, Jordi had a big pressure on his shoulders. But when you're talking about Kai Rooney, I'm not saying that Kai Rooney is going to be a bad player and stuff like that. I'm talking about, you know, players given opportunities because of, you know, their father is a footballer. Now, in regards to footballers like Cristiano Ronaldo, like Wayne Rooney, and they got sons, of course, who are up-and-coming footballers as well. Cristiano Ronaldo and Wayne Rooney, of course, had a different upbringing to their sons, of course, because they had to learn the hard way. They had to learn about the grit. They had to learn about life in general, about sweeping the streets like Cristiano Ronaldo, playing on the street like Wayne Rooney. These kids didn't play on the street. They were hampered. They were rich, very, very young. So at the end of the day, what we need in regards to football and what football misses right now in this present time is the street footballer. It's the footballer who knows what poverty is, proper footballer. Do you know what I mean? Who didn't get an opportunity because daddy gave me an opportunity. That type, in my opinion. David Beckham, boy, had to stop playing football. I don't think he was good enough at the end of the day. David Beckham, Leytonstone man, just like me. Veron's dad was very famous as well. Veron, didn't make it at Man United though, did he? Didn't make it. Unfortunately, was a very talented footballer. Was burdened, of course, by David Beckham and Paul Scholes and Roy Keane, of course. You know what I mean? Who we had in the team already and stuff. But what I'm saying is, yes, if you're good enough, you play. But at the end of the day, I do feel like, look, Veron's dad wasn't a rich man. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about people who have dads who are multi-millionaires and they get opportunities because, you know, their dad was this and their, you know, their father or their mum or their brother was this. I'm talking about things like that. And it takes a little bit of the edge away from the footballer. It does. If you look at legends from Man United, the best players of all time to wear the Manchester United shirt, you know what I mean? You think about where they came from. They came from the street. They came from street football. One of my friends is just visiting Dubai this week. She told me the weather over there is another level. Absolutely, it is 40 odd. If I give you this, look, if I show you something, right now the weather. This is the time. It's only 10. Yeah, it's only 10. 38 degrees, guys. That is the time. That is the weather where I am, and it is only 10:47 in the morning, guys. Absolutely. For me, next transfer, I need a midfield, Man United. So we need a lot. Yeah, absolutely, guys. If you're a Prem level, the academy system pops up. You're incredible housing. You get boot deals, etc. They're not in the streets past 14 if they're going to make it. But do you know what? When I was being raised in the streets, which I was, right, at the end of the day, you know, I would like more opportunities given to people from the street, not just because daddy was a footballer. And that's what I would say. And that's the biggest thing in regards to that. It's baking, Dave. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. You saw that. It's 10:47. It's 38 degrees, guys. And this is meant to be small. This is meant to be like near the winter, guys. It's September. It's getting cooler. It's meant to be getting cooler, guys. And guess what? I jog in that weather. I jog 3 times a week in this weather. 3 times a week in this weather, I jog. And then people go tell me, they're playing too much football. I'm knackered. Oh, you know, I'm in my 40. I'm 40 odd. Do you know what I mean? Come on, guys. Come on, at the end of the day. Yes, and that is what football is missing. And just like the mentality that I was talking yesterday in regards to Bruno Fernandes comment on the Instagram post from Jadon Sancho, this is the mentality that is destroyed this football club. The mentality of rivalry. We don't have that rivalry in our head anymore. We're like, do you know what? We're gonna get paid $350 a week, 350 grand a week anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go and shout my mate Sancho. Hello, Sancho. How you doing, bruv? A rival Chelsea. They're gonna be competing against us, a rival Chelsea. If you want to talk to your mate, call him on the phone, on a WhatsApp, on the Skype, bloody hell, write him a letter. Do what you want to do, but don't post it in front of the whole bloody world, for crying out loud, if I'm talking about that. Bruno, you haven't performed for months, right? At the end of the day. Now, listen, keep a low profile. That is what my opinion would be. I'm a bit confused on what you're talking about. Is it about Vardy's and weights falling through the gaps? Football's so cutthroat now that every kid is going to get snapped up by 8. It wasn't like that back in the day, mate. It wasn't like that. I'm talking about Man United during the 90s and stuff like that. Paul Scholes, if you learn about their history, if you learn about David Beckham, where he came from, Hackney Marshes and things like that, do you know what I mean? Where they originally came from. Yes, they do sign for clubs at a young age, but they didn't sign for clubs because their dad was a footballer. They signed for clubs because they had the talent and they came from a tough background. That's what I'm talking about. No, I'm not saying it is absolutely that is it. You have to have a tough background and that's it. What I'm saying is players should be played on merit and stuff like that. These days, players get snapped up at 8 years old, right? A lot of these players, their dads are footballers. That's why they're getting snapped up at 8 years old. Now, a lot of players in my day were getting snapped up at 12, 13, 14, that sort of age, because they were word of mouth. Word of mouth. Have you seen this lad, David Beckham? Have you seen this lad, David Beckham? And that is why we got great world-class players. That is why, the reason I'm talking about is why talent has regressed these days. Talent has regressed these days because exactly what I'm saying, guys. Exactly what I'm saying is because we don't get the street footballer anymore. That is what I'm saying. Bruno was out of order. Absolutely, Brian. I agree. You should have done that. It was wrong, in my opinion. I saw it just came out home. Was a big up, Jim. How you doing, my friend? How you doing, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is okay in Brisbane, Australia. Bruno disgracing is not good enough for Man United. I'm not sure. Basically, is Martinez de Ligt is fit for the next game? No, he won't be fit for Barnsley game tomorrow. Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Please like and subscribe, guys. Thank you so much, Grayo Legend. Thank you so much for joining me, my friend. You absolute diamond, you. Thank you so much. Big up, Grayo, and show some Grayo some love, guys. Absolutely. Jim Watkins out of the... Yeah, absolutely. Big up, Jim, by the way. Love to him, my friend. Love to Jim. Big up, Jim. If you're talking about environment for nature, at the end of the day, look, you know, nature isn't always the way to go forward. Talent has regressed. Now, we're trying to suggest why talent has regressed. Talent in football has regressed. Why has talent regressed? Ask me that question. Why? Has talent regressed? It has regressed. And I'll give a number of reasons why it's regressed. It's in particular at Man United, guys. Rasmus Højlund, Luck Short is coming back or not? Not yet. I'll give it another week or two, but news this week, hopefully. Yes, Sal, correct. Big pick players on merit. Absolutely, Fanatic 8. That's what I'm saying. You know what? I'm seeing a lot of, I'm looking through the youth teams of these various football teams, and I'm seeing a lot of young players whose dads were footballers. Now, I just feel like that takes away the edge. It takes away the edge, guys. It takes away the edge. That's what I'm saying at the end of the day. If you know where we came from, if you know where the Man United came from, the working class, if you know your history about Man United, right? If you know your history about Man United, no, I don't just sit on a stream talk about football. I actually talk about a football with a history of knowledge. You know what I mean? Not like those shows you go on. I actually do know about the history, where we came from, the working class. Man United is the working class team. The miners played this game. Do you know what I mean? And I'm talking about, you know, the grittiness, the edge that we're missing right now. Look, exactly what Bruno did yesterday, for example. Writing a comment under Sancho's, oh, you're a great player. You're fantastic. We don't want that mentality at the football club at the end of the day, guys. It was wrong to do. Do you know what I mean? We need that grit back. We need that. You are a rival. And until the season is over, I will not flipping communicate with you on social media at the end of the day. Big up. Big up, everyone, by the way. Don't drink alcohol, bro. Coffee break. Absolutely. Soggy biscuits in the house. Who's the soggy biscuit of the week? Who is the soggy biscuit of the week, guys? It's definitely not me, guys. Absolutely. Soggy biscuits in the house. And Brian, Jim, you are the soggy biscuit of the week because you've been drinking all night. I bet you've been drinking all night. I bet you've been on that. I bet you've been on that tequila, mate. I bet you've been on those shots, mate. Absolutely. I bet you have. Big up, Brian, Jim. Big up, Brian. Big up, Grayo. Absolute legends in the chat, of course. All we're here. It's always good to see. Friends, of course. Friends. Absolutely. Big up, everyone. Go on then, sir. Why's the world changed? It's not the world. I'm talking about football, mate. I'm not talking about the world. If you want me to bring in the world, I will bring it. I was in the music industry 20 years, worked with legends and stuff like that. If you want to bring in things like that, the world's changed immensely. And the reason the world has changed will get me banned, guys. That's it at the end of the day. Guys, you know what? No offense, but you know what? This is a football channel. You know, I wouldn't want to talk about politics and stuff like that because we're here to talk about our great football team. Do you know what I mean? But the world is the world at the end of the day. The one thing I would say about the world is a beautiful place. The problem is the human beings, not the world. Absolutely. Big up, everyone. Yeah, chat offside like a security guard. Yeah, chat offside like a security. Big up, Kazi. No, bro, the aroma of coffee melts my heart. I love coffee. I'm addicted to coffee. And the funniest thing is I never drank coffee until I was about 22. And I got addicted, sadly, of course. Because in the modern game, so the team copy Pep tried to back a limit a players' expression themselves. That's why Brazilian players don't look Brazilian, as they said. Yeah, Chow, that's a good point as well. That is also a very, very good point because, yeah, there is. And where does this come from? Where does this come from? Everyone's trying to copy everyone. Social media, artists, musicians, everyone is trying to copy everyone. You don't get originality these days. And where does originality come from? Word of mouth. Word of mouth. Where does original footballers come from? Where does Seedorf come from? Davids come from? Different players. Nowadays, everyone is a carbon copy of each other. They all want to do the tiki-taka football like what Pep Guardiola does, of course. Big up. Soggy biscuit, Sancho soggy biscuit of the week. Sancho is the soggy biscuit of the week. Lies around me. You said it. That's the first soggy biscuit of the week, which is Jadon Sancho. It is close for Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes almost became the soggy biscuit of the week. Absolutely. Was addicted to coffee 25. I can't start the day until big up bath time. By the way, love you bath time. By the way, this is just opinion at the end of the day. Brazil in 1970 scored an incredible goal from Alberto Carlos playing out from the back, to be fair. Absolutely. You know what? He didn't build up this football. Absolutely spot on bath time. Pep Guardiola's football was not invented recently. That type of football has been going on years and years and years and years and years. It was just became popular that it is Pep ball, of course. It became popular, of course, guys. What is the news about Kvaratskhelia? No news about Kvaratskhelia. All I know is that he's worth about 100 million. Probably. Can we pay that much? Big up. Who is bothering you? We'll tackle you virtually. No one's bothering me, Lumen. We're just talking about football, just having a debate about football. This is what it's about. Agreements, disagreements. You know what? That is what it's about. That's what life's about. I love disagreements. I love agreements. I love everything. I love conversation. I love Man United. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Sancho's a big flop. Absolutely, Sancho's a big flop. You know what? He's a flop at Man United, and I don't know anyone can support him after what he did. Big up, Lumen, by the way. And big up Earthfan, of course. Big up everyone in the chat. Got a question for you. Who's the legend of the week? Do you know what? I'm gonna have to think about that, because at the end of the day, it's got to be the comment of the week. It's got to be the comment of the week, guys. I think. I think someone who made an impact on me this week. Who made the biggest impact on me, and who made the biggest impact? Who said the most gospel comment this week? Who can remember it, guys? Who can remember the most gospel comment? Bath time. The difference, I think, is Pep organizes his teams based on zones, where South Americans used to organize them based on ball teammates. That's completely gone at top level now. And we all know, what did Maradona used to do? Maradona used to play with a flipping orange. With an orange. Definitely not a lemon. Man City play with lemons. Yeah, absolutely. Earthfan can do 100%. Big up, Brian. I can foul bath time virtually without getting it. No, bath time's a legend in the chat. Don't worry, Lumen. He's a legend in the chat. Lumen, bath time is a legend. Supported me from long time. He's a friend of my friend as well, by the way, in regards to Red. I think it's Red Talk TV bath time you were on this week. I saw you. Don't worry, I see you, my friend. Big up them guys anyway. Much love to those positive brothers over there. Big up them. Just banter. I know, Loman. I know you're all about banter, my friend. I learned that yesterday the hard way, of course, guys. What is soggy biscuit? A soggy biscuit, Jim, is a morning expression in regards to someone who's given the worst comment or had the worst impact of the week. So soggy biscuit this week is Jadon Sancho. Is a soggy biscuit of the week for me. Or is it Fernandes? Or is it someone like that? He's a soggy biscuit of the week. And that is what it is. That is a soggy biscuit of the week. And you heard it here first. Of course. Kazi, what is this about football coming home? Never going to come home. 1960 probably never will be. It will come home. England have been to 2 finals in 3. So it will come home. And let me remember this, right? As an Englishman, right? We've had a bad manager, one of the worst managers in history, right? He had the luxury of a generational squad to pick from. We had the worst manager, and we still got to 2 finals. England are going to do bits, don't worry. England will be back. Big up, Bath Time is a legend. Absolutely, of course. Earthfan for me now, top player now is Ahmad Garnacho Delict. So absolutely, Earthfan. Big up, Earthfan. Good to see you back, by the way. Good to see you back, my friend. Absolutely good to see you back. Bath Time, I thought your definition of soggy biscuit was going to be far more extreme. It depends what you're dipping. Oh, God. I land myself in trouble in this stream. It depends what you're dipping it in. Yeah, you know, soggy biscuit is the clown of the week, basically. The soggy biscuit of the week is the clown of the week. And the clown of the week is Jadon Sancho. Bruno needs to pick himself up. I'm not going to diss Bruno too much. Maybe it's just a slip of the thumb, of course. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to diss Bruno every week, but immensely. But the one thing I would say is with Bruno is that he needs to fix it. He's a captain of Man United at the end of the day. Let's not forget that. I thought you said that I have a soggy biscuit. No. Soggy biscuit is an expression, Jim, of the worst person of the week, basically. Jim, like Grayo, all you guys are legends. You come on every single stream. You are the legends, always the legends. You're legend every week. But the soggy biscuit is another story. The soggy biscuit, like Sniper Man has been a soggy biscuit. Sniper Man is the Real Madrid of soggy biscuits. He's had about 6 soggy biscuit titles. Big up, Sniper Man. Rashford, Bruno, Onana, and play more good. Absolutely. No, I'm a legend for the week, bro. Absolutely, Jim's a legend. Jim's always a legend, though. You're a legend without even saying. But the soggy biscuit, you know what? I don't get many soggy biscuits in this chat. But you know what? I had a few this week. You know what I mean? In regards to when we lost to Liverpool last week and this week. But the soggy biscuit of the week is Jadon Sancho is this week's soggy biscuit of the week, guys. And don't worry, graphics will be coming. And remember where you heard it first. Don't worry, graphics will be coming, guys. Guys, what a show. Been fantastic. Everyone who's contributed, thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you guys. Absolutely not. You guys are absolute legends. Yeah, Bruno does need a break. I agree. Absolute legends. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, please don't forget to subscribe and smash a like. I'm literally just over 100 away from 4,000 subscribers, guys. And I couldn't have done it without you guys. You guys there, Bath Time, Jim, Grayo, Lumen, all you guys in this chat. I say Kazi, all of you guys. If I don't mention any of you, Earth Fan, you've been there for a very long time. And I just want to say thank you to you guys for supporting the channel, of course. And there's lots of great things coming, lots of great content coming. Of course, you can become a member, only a couple of quid a month. YouTube.com/Stretford YouTube.com/Stretford Become a member. Click on join on your tablet, and you either on the desktop, you can become a member, of course. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. It'd be absolutely perfect, guys. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Still 100 to go, Kazi, in regards to getting to 4,000. Still 100 subscribers to go, guys. Let's keep it going. Jim Watkins supports 2 clubs. No, it doesn't. Man Tutor. Big up Man Tutor for joining me, by the way. We'll bring that conversation up in Chatterbox later at 2 p.m. We'll have that debate for the preview of Barnsley game tomorrow, of course. Like and subscribe. Big up Man Tutor. Legend you are. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much for that. Guys, thank you, guys. You're absolute crazy people, but I love you. And you know what? We're going to keep building this channel. I've got some fantastic guests coming. Ones you wouldn't believe can come on this show. And I've got great content for the members coming this week as well. A video will be uploaded at least once or twice a week. It'll be coming this week very soon, guys. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm Sal Warner. This is Stretford Post on Breaking Dawn. Please don't be a soggy biscuit. Be a legend like Jim. Take it easy, guys. I shall see you later at 2 p.m. for Breaking Dawn, guys. Take it easy. Peace.